All right, finally got a little time tonight at almost 2 in the morning. So I'm just going to make a short video here. Hopefully, I have the day off tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll get the other ones I wanted to post out. Anyway, I've seen some videos. I can't even remember what videos or what. There's been a ton of them. People talking about Barack Obama being assassinated and whatnot. And I thought to myself, man, that it just doesn't kind of make that much sense because if he was assassinated, then they would have Joe Biden become president. And to me, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So a long time ago, maybe a month ago or whatever, I made a video about Barack Obama is actually the 43rd president. He's the 44th president, but he's the 43rd person ever to be president because, oh, who was it? Cleveland? Grover Cleveland was the 22nd and the 24th. So, and they just considered it as two different times. So Obama is technically, once again, the 43rd president, person to be president, but they consider him the 44th president. So there's been a lot of stuff about 44 and whatnot. So, and everyone talks about Obama, which very true, but it makes me wonder about the next president. So if Obama is assassinated, that would make Joe Biden the president. And although he does have a few significant things about him, like born in 42, but this year has been about 49 and 88 still. I mean, the 42 hasn't been that significant unless you're defining it to a specific topic. But I guess overall, not really. So, I mean, and you can look through here, November 20th, not really that special of a day. He's 72. I just can't imagine him. If you read through here, I can't imagine him becoming the next president. So then I thought to myself, who is president if the vice president dies as well? And that would be John Boehner. Go figure, Boehner. I mean, but really interesting considering this guy was born on November 17th, where there is 44 days left until the end of the year. So, like I said, he would be the 44th president to become 44th person to become president. And then he was born on 44 days left until the end of the year in 1949. And look at his name in gematria, simple gematria. It adds up to 114, 11, 4, 44. And also in Jewish gematria, 888. I just found that kind of interesting. I mean, considering he would be the 44th person. And then he'll be 66 even, which is kind of significant, to be the 44th president when you're 66 years old this year with 44 days to go. I mean, come on. But even just weird stuff you read here. So he's the Speaker of the House. That's why he would be the next. He's third in line for president. But you read down here, it says, 1990, he ran against Buzz Lukens, who was under fire for having a sexual relationship with a minor. He trounced Lukens in the primary, taking 49% of the vote. This was tantamount to election. This was tantamount to election in the heavily Republican 8th district. I mean, and then he's been reelected 10 times with no substantial opposition, and even ran unopposed in 1994, the mirror of 49, and 2012. So we got the 8th district, 94, 49%. This is the guy he originally beat out, what I was just talking about. Born on 2/11, that's a 22. He died at age 79. 79 is the 22nd prime number. Even funnier, you scroll on here and you find out John Boehner went to Xavier University. And I've been talking about this Xavier University with that Lauryn Hill girl, there was a ton of, she was surrounded by 22s. Like, there's like 50 22s that had to do with stuff about her. And then they played her first game. I believe it was on 11/2, November 2nd, at this university, at this, I can't remember what the stadium's called, something with a C, but, yeah. So yeah, anyway, not saying that Obama is going to get assassinated, but if he does, I think there's no way that Joe Biden doesn't get assassinated too, because this guy seems like, according to the numbers, seems like it would make complete sense for him to be the next president, not Joe Biden. So I don't know. I just felt like posting that. Found it kind of interesting. There was one other thing when I was looking through here, the list of presidents. I noticed something I never noticed before. George Washington took office April 30th, but then all these other people. So it was March 4th, March 4th, March 4th, March 4th. And then all of a sudden, well, besides dying or whatever, it changes with FDR and, let's see here, yeah. FDR was the last one to do the March 4th thing. So I just found that kind of interesting. I wondered why. So what is that here? We got, so Washington was the 30th, and then so March 4th, so we starting from the 2nd all the way up to, what do we got? It would be 34, so it'd be like, I mean, I think it was something to do with the 20th Amendment, and that's why they changed this. But I don't even know where I'm going with this. It's the 32nd. Eisenhower is the first president to actually start doing the January 20th, like that's what it is now. But that would be 32 presidents later, so 32, significant number. But technically they ended it with the 33rd president. But FDR died, so, and he also died on the day Freddie Gray was arrested in 1945. So that's when Truman took over his presidency. And Truman is the only president who died at the age of 88. Also happened to be the 33rd president, or the 32nd person to be president. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know this, like, what the significance of that is. Just seems kind of weird. But March 4th is the 63rd day of the year. So they ended the whole March 4th thing with FDR. 63rd day of the year. And FDR died at age 63. So kind of interesting. And I guess it could be because January 20th adds up to 214 Valentines, and it actually would have been in 1945 when it switched. So I don't know. That's kind of interesting. I don't know if that's the reason why, but there's only 3 days that actually add to 214. It's January 16th, January 20th, and I think June. It's a June day, 28th or something like that. Yeah, June 28th. But I guess the only reason I think that's even more interesting that they switched it up from March 4th to January 20th, and it was in 1945 when this happened. Well, that's Valentine's, right? And I just talked about Obama. So technically, the next president will be the 45th president. So they changed it to January 20th in 1945, and then the next president will be the 45th president, or 44th/45th president. But anyway, I'm gonna quit talking, trying to make it short, and yeah, just leaving it at that. So have a great one.